What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be making a song in the style of Deftones. Now, I have to give my warning I always give. It's not going to be exactly like Deftones. We're going to be taking elements from them and making it our own. So if it doesn't sound exactly like Deftones, I'm sure you guys will still let me know in the comments. But that's okay. It comes with the territory. Let's get into it. If you guys aren't familiar, Deftones is an awesome band from the late 80s, 90s, into the millennium as well. They're technically a nu metal band, but I don't know, they're kind of a little bit of everything. They're a little metal, a little shoegaze. They're not exactly the normal nu metal band, but technically they are in that genre, so that's what I'll call them. Between dark riffs using cool reverbs and delays and stuff, and often played in like drop tunings and stuff like that. Chino, the frontman of the band, he has like a very specific vocal type. It's kind of whispery, kind of like sexy, dark vibes, kind of. A few elements I'm going to be using in the song to try to hit that Deftones sound is I'm going to be playing in drop C. I'm going to do kind of whisper type vocals into some reverbs and delay and stuff to make it really atmospheric. I'm going to do a kind of heavy drop, heavily distorted guitars, and in the beginning I'm going to try to include like a dark sounding riff that's passed through a lot of delay and stuff to give it that atmospheric feel as well. So let's get into the layers. Okay, so today we're in Ableton. Let's go ahead and break down these layers. There's actually not that many layers in this song. It's more sound design and like heavy distortion and reverb and stuff. But let's go ahead and break down the layers. So for the first layer in the intro, I have this dark guitar layer thing that I made. It sounds like this. I automated a filter so it kind of grows in energy throughout the intro. You can see that here. So if you watch this sweep here, and that gradually goes up through the whole thing. That's just to build a little tension as it gets a little larger as the song progresses. In the intro, I'm also playing a sub bass here. It sounds like this. Just a simple low note being played, but with that, it sounds like this. It just gives it a nice warm low end, but also kind of gives it like a pulse, the way that the notes kind of hit and stop. For the rest of the guitars, it's actually just the same pattern played over and over again with panning and stuff. So the middle one sounds like this. And then the same thing on the left. And then on the right. And then after that, I actually used a MIDI guitar called Odin 3 just to show you guys as an option here. So if you don't own a 7 or an 8 string and you want those low notes, you can get Odin 3. It's a pretty affordable plugin. I think it's like a little over $100 or something like that. It's pretty good. It's got a lot of key switch options, so you can program really humanized playing and all different types of samples here. I just used it for a basic low guitar underneath everything. So on its own, it sounds like this. And then with the other guitars, it sounds like this. Big, almost chaotic sounding, very large wall of sound. It's getting passed through all kinds of reverbs and stuff just to make it even more larger than life than it already sounds. So after that, I have another bass layer that's kind of working as somewhat of a live bass. It's a contact player thing. It sounds like this. It's then getting passed through Guitar Rig to give it like a bass amp sim kind of thing. And then I stack that with the sub bass just to really thicken up the bass sound. Then glue those together with a glue compressor here, EQ them together. That way way they kind of just sound like one instrument. For the drums, I use this Architects kit. I highly recommend it if you make any rock or metal genres. It's awesome. It's very human, very real sounding, and if I'm not mistaken, I think when the producer for Architects was working on their album, they actually recorded these drums from their kit. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's right. My pattern sounds like this. I'm then passing that through a drum bus plugin through Ableton just to add a little bit of drive and crunch and a little bit of filtering just to give it even more oomph. And then I have some EQ and then some mid-side EQ just to widen up the overheads a little bit. After that, it's just the vocals, and that's a really important part of Deftones. So in writing the lyrics for the song, I didn't really know what direction to go or anything, so I just text my wife randomly, asked her for a couple of random words for inspiration. She sent me Last Wish or Last Wishes, so that's what I made the song about. It's kind of loosely about saying goodbye to a lover and embracing your death, and it can have other meanings as well, but that's just kind of what I wrote. I made sure to deliver my vocals in a very like whispery, low energy way, especially in the beginning, and then it kind of ramps up in the chorus, and then I stack all my layers for my vocals. Very ambient, very whispery, and in the intro here, I actually process the vocals to be almost like a telephone radio effect.
Fingers trace the outlines of my veins.
As you can tell, I'm holding back a little bit. It's kind of a whispery, almost like whiny kind of vocal, and I'm passing that through distortion and reverb to make it really dreamy, and then with the old telephone effect, it just kind of cuts through the mix nicely.
Skin remembers all the words I can't say.
Right before I drop into the chorus, I do like a little cutout of the music and I whisper, so it sounds like this.
Last wish.
That's just to give tension right before the big drop, and then to build a little tension before that, I have this reverse swell that I created with that whisper, so it sounds like this.
Last wish.
So after that, that's when the chorus comes in. For the chorus, there are 6 vocal layers. It is really just 2 layers that is then dubbed twice on top of that for left and right panning. So the main vocal is it's a very rough, low vocal, sounds like this.
Sweet surrender, pull me in.
Lots of compression and lots of distortion.
Feel your flesh touch mine before I feel nothing.
Record it 2 more times for a left and a right. They sound like this together.
Sweet surrender, pull me in. Feel your flesh touch mine before I feel nothing.
So then after that, we do the same thing, but up an octave in like a falsetto kind of voice. So it sounds like this on its own.
Sweet surrender, pull me in.
It's a little rough, but in the context, it'll all stack together nice. So I dubbed that left and right as well, so it sounds like this.
Sweet surrender, pull me in.
Chorus effect on the left and right just to give it like a kind of wavy vibe. So then all the vocals sound like this together.
Sweet surrender, pull me in.
Again, just lush, dreamy sound. That's what we want. And we want it to sound huge, right? So that's why I stack so many vocals. After that, the outro is just repeating the intro basically. So
One last time.
you can hear that reverb tail from my vocal. It's very eerie. And I mean, that's really the whole song. I didn't overcomplicate it. There's not that many layers. I stacked my vocals more than I put guitar layers on it, but it's effective. Let's go ahead and cut to the outro, but let me know in the comments below if you guys think that this sounds Deftones-y or not. Before I play the full song for you guys, I just want to say thanks for sticking around to the end. If you found this video entertaining, go ahead and like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment below what you want to see on the next video, and until then, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.